What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Garrett, and today we're going to talk about 5 things that I've learned so far in my 20s. So before we get into the 5 things I've learned so far in my 20s, I figured I'd give you a little bit of background about myself. I'm currently a 27-year-old airline captain. I feel like I've been fortunate enough to experience so much. Now, I know some people might say you can't really speak on what you've done in your 20s because you haven't completed your 20s, but I feel like 30 is approaching quickly, and like I said before, I feel like I've been fortunate enough to experience so much. I've been around the world multiple times. Like I said before, I'm a pilot. I've started a couple businesses, so I feel like I've done a lot and I've got to experience a lot. So I'm here to hopefully help some of you that are quickly approaching maybe your 20s or you're already in your 20s. So the first and foremost thing that I've learned in my 20s, and I feel like this is so cliche and you hear it all the time, but it genuinely is the foundation of everything, and that's being happy. You have to find out what makes you happy in your 20s. If you can't figure that out, then you're not going to be able to spread joy and really live life to the fullest. Your relationships are going to struggle with not only your friends and family, but also yourself. So find those things that are going to make you happy, those hobbies, that job. You must find happiness, and that will be the fundamental and the foundation to being successful in your 20s. So the second thing that I've learned in my 20s so far is the people that you surround yourself with really do define who you are as a person. I've always said that the 5 people you surround yourself with is the average of you. I think that's how it goes, at least. But what I'm getting at is these people that you surround yourself with in your early 20s are really going to shape and shift you for the person that you are. You want to find people that kind of have the same interests and hobbies as you, not necessarily the same, because it's good to have diversity, but you definitely want to find people that are going to help and push you achieve those goals. These people that you find, whether it's in your early college days, typically are going to be the people that you go through your entire life with. These are going to be lifelong friends. So you want to make sure that these are good, solid people at heart. To this day, the people that I went to college with, now I know mine can be a little bit different because I went to a very niche college, which was an aviation aeronautical university. These are the type of people that I still am in contact with almost daily at this point. One of my really good friends from college that we both now work at the same airline. We're both airline captains. It's been a great relationship so far, and we've traveled all around the world together and just got to experience a lot of different things. So these are the type of people that you want in your life that you can call even when you're going through rough times. These are going to be your backbone. These are going to be your supporters. So in your early 20s, definitely surround yourself with good people that can help and push you in the right direction. So the third thing that I've learned in my 20s so far is to embrace yourself and especially embrace failure. Now, I know this can definitely be challenging and tricky, especially to your ego when you're fresh out of college, finally making a little bit of money, and you want to buy flashy things and such, but you're going to fail at things. You're going to fail over and over and over again, and that is perfectly fine. It's almost impossible to be that one-time hot shot that just makes it right off of the gate. So if you think about Steve Jobs, he was fired from his own company he founded when he was 20s. Oprah Winfrey was fired from a news anchor position in her 20s. Like, these are some of the biggest people in the world, and they were fired in their 20s. So just keep that in mind. But you need to embrace failure. So a little story about myself of a big failure that I had to embrace was when I was 21 years old. I started a car dealership when I was in Florida in college. I was a full-time student, a full-time flight instructor, and I kind of saw this opportunity to start a car dealership. And I know that sounds big, but all I was essentially doing was buying cars at auction, cleaning them up a little bit, and selling them online. I had this opportunity to drive flashy cars, like nice Mercedes and BMWs, throw dealer tags on them. They weren't really my cars, and it kind of became an egotistical thing almost at that point. But I was a failure. I really had too many things going on. I had too many eggs in too many baskets, and I really needed to focus on being a flight instructor, which is my career. That's what all this is built off of, is being a pilot. So it really failed. Like, I only sold a few cars and I kind of didn't really make any money. So I embraced that failure. Here I am admitting my failure today, and that's something that helped me build bigger brands like my flight apparel, which would be a great time to let you know that we're doing a big gift card giveaway. So if you want to check us out, it's flight.apparel on Instagram. And while you're on Instagram, go ahead and follow me. It's Fly with Garrett. I'm there every day. Anyways, so that's allowed me to build bigger brands and let me kind of embrace that failure and move on. So the biggest thing that I can say is embrace who you are, and especially embrace your failures, because you're gonna have failures in your 20s. I love this quote I read out of a Forbes article, which says, someone else's success does not determine your failure, and someone else's stagnation does not determine your success. Success is weighed at so many different scales. Some people's success is having $100 million in the bank account. Some other people's success is being able to travel the world and, just come home to a happy family and have kids and dogs. Who knows? Success is just so vastly different for so many different people. So don't compare yourself to other people. And I promise this will go back to the number one thing, which is being happy. So the fifth thing that I've learned so far in my 20s is to invest in experiences and not necessarily things. Now, I'm not saying not things at all, because for me, I'm a big watch guy. I love watches, and whenever I financially could afford a really nice watch, that's what I went out and did, because for me, that brings me happiness to be able to wear and experience that watch every day. Now, I'm not saying you need to go and buy things to be happy. That just was for me. But when I mean invest in experiences, this is where traveling can definitely come into play. For me, investing in traveling around the world, which I've gotten the opportunity and luxury to do a couple times, really is life-changing. It really, really is. It'll change who you are as a person, and I really mean that. Getting to experience some of the things like seeing the poverty in third world countries really kind of grounds you and brings you back to earth and say, wow, what I have, especially in the United States, and for most people, pretty much anyone that's watching this video is very fortunate. Because if you have access to running water, electricity, and especially some sort of internet connection to watch this video, you are fortunate. Some of the things that I've seen out in Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, and the Cebu, Philippines, this stuff is wild, and it really is grounding, and it makes you not take so many things for granted, and it makes you just be really kind of fortunate and appreciative of the things that you have. So investing in these experiences is big. Now, I'm not saying you need to go to these third world countries to feel grounded and invest in those type of experiences, but those are just some of the things that I've experienced myself. Like going to Dubai and jumping out of an airplane. This was the biggest fear of my entire life, which is skydiving. I'm kind of scared of heights, which is insane to say as a pilot, I guess. But jumping out of an airplane seems like the dumbest thing in the world to me, because it's a perfectly good airplane. But that's what I did. I invest in that experience. I went to Dubai, which was a bucket list item for me. And you know what I said while I was there? Screw it. Let's jump out of this airplane. Let's do it. And that's what I did. So investing in experiences and not necessarily things can definitely be beneficial and kind of bring you back to that step one of being happy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I still got a couple years left in my 20s, but I kind of wanted to make this video because I feel like I have experienced a lot, especially with starting businesses, being a pilot, traveling around the world, and definitely the social media thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. And while you're there, I know 75% of the people that view this channel aren't subscribed. So I'm on a goal, I'm on a mission to 100,000 subscribers. I'd love to hit that by the end of this year. So if you could just destroy that like and subscribe button down below, that means so much to me. Until next time, peace.